Well, today lesson again complex number. Truly speaking, this is the third video of this lesson. So if you haven't followed the previous videos, you can find it in the description. And today I need to talk you about De Moivre theorem. Okay, De Moivre formula. This is a theory we can use to do simplification of a complex numbers with powers. And also in addition to that, we can use this theory for trigonometric identities. Okay. Now look at here. I have written the theorem. For each integer, you can write this one, cos theta plus sin theta. There's a power n. Okay. N is an integer, positive integer. So when there's a power n, you can write this one as cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Look at it carefully. There was a power n. Now this n has come here, cos n theta plus I sin n theta. So look at this format, cos theta plus I sin theta. You are familiar with this notation because this is the polar representation of a complex number. So if you write this one as a complex number, you can write z equal r cos theta plus I sin n theta. Instead of this, I am going to use this complex number. So Zn you can write as Rn. There's R value, that means modulus of the complex. This power n should come to this modulus, and inside the bracket cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay. So Zn, there's a power for the complex number and it is in polar representation. There's a power. You can write this complex number as r raised to the power n into cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Okay, I am going to prove this theory using mathematical induction. Okay, this is for positive integer, so you can prove this one using mathematical induction theory. Okay, now look at the proof. What is the first step in mathematical induction? You have to prove this one for when n equals 1. Okay, so when n equal 1, I am going to substitute 1 here. Z1 equal r raised to the power 1 cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, so Z equal r cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, therefore it is true when n equals 1. Okay, this is your first step in the mathematical induction. In the next step, you are going to do the assumption, induction assumption. Okay, we are going to assume that this result is true for n equal k or n equal p. It's a positive integer again. K or p you can use. It is a positive integer. Okay, that is your second step. Okay, the second step of the mathematical induction, assume that result is true when n equal k. Okay, so I can write z. Now instead of n, I am going to write k, r k cos k theta plus I sin k theta. Okay, this is the mathematical induction assumption. Now in the third step, n equal k plus 1. Based on this assumption, I am going to prove this result is true for the next integer. That is, it was n equal k here. The next integer means k plus 1. Okay, so look at here. Now I need to change this power. You know the rules of the indices. Okay, you need to change this power, so I have to do multiplication of indices to change this one into k plus 1. So I am going to write z k plus 1 as z into z raised to the power k. You can add the powers when you are multiplying the indices. So z k plus 1 equal, for this one you can substitute the complex number r cos theta plus I sin theta. For this one, going to use this assumption. So it is r k raised to the power k cos k theta plus I sin k theta. Okay. Now here r power is 1. Here r raised to the power k. So r k plus 1. So going to do the multiplication of two brackets. So here cos theta cos k theta when you do the multiplication of first terms. Okay. Then cos theta going to multiply with this I cos theta sin k theta. And again this both term in the second bracket going to multiply by I sin theta. So here I sin theta cos k theta. And when you do the multiplication of last two terms, I into I mean I squared. You already know that I squared mean minus 1. So I can write minus 1 here. Okay. Instead of I squared. It is sin theta sin k theta. Okay. Now here are k plus 1. Look at this one. These two terms I am going to consider together. So cos theta cos k theta minus sin theta sin k theta. Okay. I consider the first term and the last term together. Now look at the second and third terms. Here I is there in the both terms. There's a I. So I'm going to write it as I cos theta sin k theta plus sin theta cos k theta. Okay. Now look at here. Look at the terms inside the bracket. Here cos theta cos k theta minus sin theta sin k theta. What is this? You know what is this. Okay. R k plus 1. You instead of these terms you can write cos theta plus k theta. Is it? Can you understand? When you get this formula cos theta plus k theta, you can write cos theta cos k theta minus sin theta sin k theta. Okay, that is these two terms. Now if you consider this one, I cos theta sin k theta plus sin theta cos k theta, that means this is sin theta plus k theta. Okay. Now look at what has happened. R k plus 1. Here cos you can write it as k plus 1 theta. I sin k plus 1 theta. Okay. Now I have proved that using the assumption, I have proved that this formula, the result is true when n equal k plus 1. Look at here, there's a power as k plus 1. Then power of r also becomes k plus 1. And here cos k plus 1 theta sin k plus 1 theta. So I have proved that the result is true using mathematical induction. So I can write if true for n equal k. If the assumption is true, the result is true for, then true for n equal k plus 1. So you can write at the end, using the mathematical induction, the result is true for positive integers. Okay. So this is how you can do the proof of the De Moivre formula. Okay. Now let's do some examples. Let's do some example. Okay. I have written an example here. If z equal 3 cos phi over 6 plus I sin phi over 6, write z raised to the power 4 in rectangular form. Okay. Now there's a power for the complex number. So you can apply the Moivre formula here. Okay. So here z, it is in polar representation. So z raised to the power 4 you can write as, using the Moivre formula, 3 raised to the power 4. Instead of this cos, you have to multiply this angle by 4. Okay. Plus I sin 5 over 6 into 4. Okay. you have to multiply this angle by the integer in the power, that is by 4. Can you understand? So here you can write 3 raised to the power 4. So this is cos 2 phi over 3 plus I sin 2 phi over 3. What is this value? Okay, cos 2 phi over 3. Now look at here, this is 120 degree. That means this is in second quadrant. So you can find this one in second quadrant. So I think you know the value for this one. If you don't know, this is 120 degree. You can write this one as again 2 phi over 3. You can write as 5 minus phi over 3. So when you write cos 5 minus phi over 3, this is in the second quadrant. So here sign values you can consider as positive. For this one you have to put negative sign cos phi over 3. So that is minus half. When you consider sign value, it should be positive value because of it is in second quadrant. So you are going to write sin phi over 3, that is root 3 over 2. So 3 raised to the power 4, that is 81. Here minus half plus I root 3 over 2. Okay. This is the rectangular form of z raised to the power 4. Okay. Let's talk about one more example. Okay. Now consider z equal 1 plus I. Now this is in rectangular form. Okay. You need to find z raised to the power 5. Okay. This is in rectangular form. So in the first step, you have to write down this one in polar representation. So z equal, here 1, y value also 1. So 1 squared plus 1 squared. You have to consider x squared plus y squared and take the root of it for the finding the modulus. So root 2, 1 over root 2 plus I over root 2. Okay. So instead you can write as root 2. Instead of this, cos phi over 4, I sin phi over 4. Okay. Now I need to find fifth power of this complex number. So z raised to the power 5, root 2 raised to the power 5, and here cos phi over 4 you have to multiply by 5 because it is the power we are going to find. Okay. So I sin phi over 4 into 5. Okay. Now look at this one. You have to simplify this one. Root 2. There's a power for root 2. Now, root 2 raised to the power 5. Root 2 you can consider as 2 raised to the power half. So, this is the same index, 2 raised to the power 5 over 2. So, you can write this one as 2 raised to the power 2 into 2 raised to the power half. Can you understand it? Because this one is 2.5. You can write it as 2 plus half. So, when you take the multiplication of indices, you are going to add the powers. So, I have write it as a multiplication. 2 raised to the power 2 means 4 root 2. So, this one, it is 4 root 2. Okay. Then what about this one? Cos 5 phi over 4 plus I sin 5 phi over 4. Try to find out this value. This means 5 times of 45 degree. That means it is somewhere here. Okay. So, you can find value here. It should be this one. So, cos 5 plus another 5 over 4. So, cos 5 plus 5 over 4. Okay. It is in third quadrant. In third quadrant, only tan values you are considering as positive. All other trigonometric ratios become negative. Okay. So, this one minus cos 5 over 4. It is minus 1 over root 2. The same thing happened for sine also. So, here 4 root 2. This one I am going to write as minus 1 over root 2 plus, and sign value also become minus. Okay, so you can just write minus here, minus 1 over root 2I. Try to do the further simplification. You can multiply this one by this value. So it is 4 minus 4I. If you consider fifth power of complex number 1 plus I, it is minus 4I. So can you understand? Using the Moivre theorem, you can find the powers of complex number. This is the theory you are going to use when you are simplifying the powers of complex numbers. Okay, you have to familiar with simplification for both rectangular form and polar representation. So I think from these 3 videos I explained you the most important part of complex numbers. So try to find out more exercise, try to do more exercise, so you will understand this lesson. I think I have helped you. Thank you very much.